Welcome to Fear No Evil. And the evil that I'm speaking about today are lies. The mainstream media is full of them. Started with CNN. And I do feel bad for that father who has lost his child. I lost my mother when I was 2. There's no greater pain, really, than to lose your child or to lose a parent. However, what that father doesn't know is that there could possibly be a connection between child sexual abuse and homosexuality and lesbianism. Did he ever ask his daughter if she was sexually abused? How do we know that she didn't commit suicide? Because of the confusion that sexual abuse can bring to a child. Many children commit suicide. So if the research isn't out there, I am tired of the LGBT saying they're committing suicide because society's picking on them because they're gay. Because when they do that, they're silencing the child sexual abuse survivors who actually commit suicide out of the confusion and the horror that becomes almost a legacy for the child sexual abuse survivor. Because you will heal for the rest of your life. Now, those, especially in the Christian community, who like to tell us that you will not heal for the rest of your life, it is a lie. You will heal from something doing with child sexual abuse for the rest of your life. The pain becomes less, the memories become less, you develop more tools to be able to handle the emotions and the memories when they come. But you will always heal from sexual abuse. Now, that's not to say there's no light at the end of the tunnel, because you can't do anything greater for yourself than to confront the truth of your own sexual abuse and heal from that. So I suggest to any survivor to head towards water. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Go to any body of water. It can be a creek. It can be a lake. It can be a pond in the back of your yard. It can be an ocean. It can be white water. It can be a fountain in your home. In fact, I suggest for every sexual abuse survivor to go get a fountain and put a fountain in your home. Because there's something about moving water. It brings peace and it restores the soul. So whenever I have felt emotionally laden by child sexual abuse, I pack up my car and I head towards water. And I just sit there and I allow the water to take my emotions, and in return, see, because nature will always give you something in return. Nature gives me peace in return. So I do suggest that for all sexual abuse survivors, if you're listening to this, please go buy a fountain, go find some moving water. Let it be a tool for the rest of your life to help you find that peace that child sexual abuse takes away every single time. Now, Senator Gillabrand said to President Trump that he will not silence her. Can someone please ask her on the news, stick a microphone in her face and ask her why New York State did not pass legislation to extend the statute of limitations for child sexual abuse survivors? Since she wants to be on this platform, how come the right's not calling her out on this? Silence? That part of what you did is silenced. Trump will not silence you. You will not silence child sexual abuse survivors. We are silenced all the time by the agenda of the left. And the fact that you put this in the political arena has made people take sides. How unfair is that? I don't really know if Roy Moore allegations are true. I don't know if anybody's allegations are true. The public arena is not the place for them. These women should have brought their allegations during the time that it was happening, or even in tort law, you get a little bit of time afterwards to bring allegations. They chose not to. But I'm telling you, the public arena is not the place. We are not equipped in society to debate child sexual abuse in society because we are so ignorant. And if you try to bring out things about child sexual abuse that the left doesn't like, they silence it. If you try to say there's a connection between homosexuality and child sexual abuse, they silence it. Who's they? Mainly Facebook and Google. I wasn't informed when I signed up for these things that they had child sexual abuse experts on their panel. I didn't know that our Congress had a whole bunch of child sexual experts on their panel. The psychological community is silencing research. Therefore, they're not experts to me, nor are they truthful. Because if they were, they would allow all the research to come out. They would allow all debates to go on, allowing us to get to the bottom of child sexual abuse and the LGBT. The fact that we can't, and the fact that what I say is considered hate speech by some imaginary politician, some imaginary activist for the LGBT in the sky daddy, you trying to tell me that what I see couldn't possibly be true? Bring someone from the LGBT and let's have a debate, because let me tell you, whenever I bring out child sexual abuse, they go silent. Because there's one thing a child sexual abuse survivor will not do if they are aware of their abuse. They will not deny it to another survivor. You're denying yourself when you deny that you've been sexually abused to another survivor. And another survivor can always tell when another survivor is with them. So, Senator Gillabrand, speaking with your forked tongue, please explain to America, if you're so concerned, why this legislation did not pass through New York State. And people on the right, why aren't you calling her out on it? Why isn't people on the right calling this stuff out to the people on the left? Number one, you're afraid of the LGBT. Number two, you don't know jack crap about child sexual abuse. Because if we did in this society, we wouldn't have the statistics that we do. And the numbers that we have are horrendous. And if we had any idea what we were doing, those numbers would go down. More kids would get help. More adults would be healthy. But the fact that we don't, and the psychological community doesn't even give them all the resources that are needed for their healing, takes out art therapy, won't pay for it. We're supposed to sit here and listen to these experts. You guys are not experts. You've read a book. Good for you. I've read lots of books on child sexual abuse. All those books can do is inform me. They can never, ever tell me what it feels like or what that experience is to be a child sexual abuse survivor. And how dare these people act as if they are experts and that they can inform the survivor. I've had enough of this circus. My passion for child sexual abuse survivors is unbelievable, and I will speak out for them, because I can't think of any sector in society that has more of a hard time trying to get themselves back on sane ground than the child sexual abuse survivor. And we're everywhere in society. We're your janitor. We're your teacher. We're the CEO of a company. We own businesses. We're lawyers. We're cashiers. But most of all, there's a part of us that are still children who are silenced. And you're trying to silence us now? It's not going to work. So I suggest the left take themselves out of the place of a perpetrator, because that's all you're doing. Invoking that silence, grooming the masses so that you can get your political agenda across. That's so disgusting. That's exactly what a perpetrator does to their victims. And how dare you stand in that place as an advocate? Because you know what? It's a lie.